Now I gotta check my laundry for like 2 seconds and then we can do our intro. So I'll be back. Talk shit on me while I'm gone.
You suck.
Okay. Danny, stupid Danny.
Well, he shaved the afro.
Um,
He looks so good.
dude, it just reminds me of that one girl that was like selling her bathwater. What's her name?
Oh gosh, there's like a couple of them now. Like the
Yeah,
original one,
yeah, well,
Belle Delphine, was it?
yep, that's who it was. Like that happened. That was a thing.
Honestly, it's kind of a smart thing. Like they sold it for like $1,000,
Yeah, didn't
an
it?
entire
Didn't
tub of water.
True. Didn't those end up giving some people like herpes or something? I thought I
I'm
saw
not.
something online about that.
I'm not sure. There was another girl who started selling bathwater, and they found a hair in one of them. They were talking about doing like a DNA test to find out if it was actually hers, and then thought about bringing it to court if it wasn't hers.
Oh my
But like,
god,
that's
dude.
like, could you imagine bringing that to like court? Like, is this really
Well,
her bathwater or no? It's
okay.
such a
Well,
ridiculous.
I mean that's kind of a legit thing though, because if you're gonna sell bathwater to people, like, I mean that's kind of that's a legitimate thing. Because if you're not selling your bathwater as advertised, one, that's false advertising. Two, if that's just some random dirty ass dude's bathwater, right?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
We were talking about Belle Delphine and how she was selling her bathwater for a while,
Yeah.
and then there was like a
Did
rumor.
you cop a bottle of that though?
No,
I drank
hell
it.
no.
Damn, it's a shame, man.
We sell it in our we mix it with our like alcohol drinks.
Yeah. No, it gives you a little bit of an extra kick. From personal experience, I can tell you it's pretty decent.
Gamer juice.
And Garen is dying. He's actively dying.
Fucking sick.
We're talking about how someone found a hair in it in one of their bathwater things. They're
Yeah.
trying to do like DNA tests on it to find out if it was really hers or not.
Yeah.
They were jokingly saying, "Oh, I'm going to suit you if it's not actually your bathwater."
I mean,
But we're talking
they
about how
probably,
ridiculous
honestly, they probably
could.
could.
they could if
They
it's not.
could.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to your bathwater hour. I'm here with your other host, Garen. How you doing today, Garen?
We're doing good. Hey, Danny, have you heard recently about this bathwater fiasco going on?
Yeah, I heard Belle Delphine or something. She's
Yeah,
some
something like that.
she's some internet girl. Some like I think she
Like,
I think
she's
she
selling her
makes some
bathwater or
raunchy
something?
videos on the internet or something. But
Does she now?
recently, go on.
What's it called? What the TikTok?
Yeah. Tic Tac. The candy made they
Yeah.
made a
what
platform
it
for
is?
videos. I think that's it. But she started selling her bath water.
You're joking.
Her bath water, right? Isn't that
And
crazy?
that works? And she
Apparently,
sells it?
I heard it's selling for $1,200, I think.
$1,200.
I think it actually is something crazy like that. But there's been reports that there was hair in the bath water, as if it wasn't stanky enough. Now we have an eyewitness here that's that agreed to come on your bathwater hour and tell us all about it. So I think Jacob's here and ready. Jacob, are you there? Oh, welcome.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, bud.
Hello?
We can hear you. So
Okay.
tell us, you bought bathwater. What it's selling for what? $1,200? Is that right?
I didn't buy no bathwater. I run
You
a
didn't buy
bar.
that?
My grandson bought it.
Okay. So your grandson, just let me get this story straight real quick. So he buys bathwater from Belle Delphine, is that correct?
I guess so. He works with me in the bar and he just left it right next to all the alcohol.
Okay, and so there's a hair in it?
Yeah, I thought it was just another alcohol supplement, so I put it into some guy's drink and
Oh
he tasted
yeah.
a hair in it.
Oh man, that's gotta be a bad day for that guy. So what did your grandson tell you anything about it?
No, he just said it was his gamer shoes.
Oh. I can't go with it anymore.
Dude, oh my god. I couldn't talk.
I know
Like,
you
I
just
was
stopped. You
laughing
just
too
stopped
much.
helping me.
I was laughing too much. I couldn't, dude. As soon as Jacob turned on his camera, I started laughing.
That was good. We gotta do more shit like that. This is not your bathwater hour, in case you didn't catch on. This
Freaking
is what we
gamer
missed.
juice.
I'm Danny. That's Garrett
I'm
over there who's
Jacob.
vaping, and that's
Oh.
Jacob. We don't talk about bathwater for an hour today. We sit down with my other sister Amanda. She's been through college and finished college, and now she does sciencey stuff that she talks about towards the end. But we talk about a lot of shit today. We do our stupid thing where I just take us on a tangent, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting through us talking about bathwater and this stupid little bit that we did. We hope you enjoy. Roll the video, baby. Like,
You guys
your
want to hear a
own
funny
personal
story?
shit. Yes, please.
So, I went on a date with this girl I met from Bumble, right?
Okay.
And we were hanging out. Sorry, excuse me. But so this girl, we meet up, and I'm like, oh hey, you're this person. And the first thing, like one of the first few things she's saying to me is she's like, I've had guys ask me to like put on a strap on and fuck them. And I'm like,
That's like one of the first things she said to you.
literally, like
You guys are like
I didn't even.
in a McDonald's, and she's like, by the
Okay.
way.
In a McDonald's.
She's getting it out of the way.
She asked like more vanilla or more like kinky.
Okay.
And I just told her, I was like, well, I don't really know. I haven't really done all that much stuff, so I don't know if I like it. And she's like, okay, well, tell me if any of this stuff sounds good because I've done all of this. And then she mentioned that. She mentioned like 4 or 5 other things. And I was like, okay, I'm going home.
I just remembered I'm sick. Can you just leave?
But
How like long into the date was this?
like right at the beginning, because we were just like making small talk at first, but I'd say it's maybe like an hour in.
Okay. I thought you meant like 10
Yeah, I thought
minutes
that was like
max.
the first.
Yeah, she's like, hey, my name's Heather, and by the way, do you like getting pegged?
walks in.
Gina, I love how you know what it's called.
Well, who doesn't know what it's called? I mean, I guess Jacob probably doesn't because he doesn't know what BDSM is.
Yeah, that was a very weird experience for me.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Oh god,
So you went on a second date?
no.
No, that was a pretty firm no.
Yeah, that was a pretty firm no.
Yeah.
Well, because after we got done, because we were just like getting food or whatever. After we got done later that night, she texted me like,
Uh-oh.
she texted me straight up. She was like, "Hey, when are we gonna fuck?" And I was like, "Bitch, what?"
What was that
I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, "What is happening?"
I mean, was that what like you were looking for on Bumble, or was that not?
Well, I don't think you would go on a date if what you were looking for is like.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
I don't
weird.
I was so just taken back. I kind of just said no and then blocked her.
Oh.
I'm a piece of shit for it, dude.
No, that's not. That's fine. That's crossing a line, and he said, "Hell nah."
I don't know. I feel bad about it on the low, but it makes me laugh.
That's
It was a good story to tell.
It's okay. By the way, before I forget, there's this YouTube channel that I found that I think you'd like, Amanda. It feels like an Ants Canada, like something you could just put on in the background kind of thing. But it's this dude. Ants
I haven't watched that since
me either.
Like a while.
Well, there was that one video, I think like one of the last ones I saw, was when he started to get like really freaking weird with it. But basically, Ants Canada, for you two and everyone else that doesn't know, it's just like this dude that like has an ant farm, like a bunch of different
A
ant
bunch of,
colonies
yeah.
in like his in the one like big room, and like they're all in these big enclosures, and like he'll do videos on like
Yeah, like he'll start an ant colony from like finding a queen out in the wild and then just
Right,
open it
yeah.
up to like a huge.
Yeah. And so there, and then he had like a tarantula. I forget what the hell the tarantula was called, but it had like a red butt. And the whole fucking time, like the entire video, he wouldn't shut up about like the spider's rosy red rump is what he called it. He just kept talking about like the spider, like in like this weird, like almost sexual way where he's like, I don't know. It was just weird. He was
Yeah,
like,
he
"What's
started to
rosy
get a
red
little
rump?"
weird. The last video we watched, I think, was like a Halloween episode, and he like made a song.
Oh
And
no.
it was just like it was just weird, and he was just singing about his ant colonies and like I don't know.
But like Halloween themed.
I think
How do you
so.
even
And
do
we were just like,
that?
this is just getting kind of like
Yeah, no, I don't know, like it just felt like he started to be like too much of like I need to put on this persona, and I was kind of
Mhm.
like, I don't know, I didn't
and
like
I
it.
did see earlier in the channel, I think he tried to have a music career, so I think that's kind of why
Oh.
like he would show
Yeah.
his face and like show more of his actual life or whatever.
He doesn't look like what I thought he would look like either. Like the very first time I saw him, I remember being like, what the fuck? But I can't remember what he looks like
He's
now,
like
but
Asian.
yeah, it just like didn't fit his voice at all. Yeah, it was weird. But
But anyways, what's the channel?
well, Jacob, can you look up his screen share it? Because I can't remember exactly. Look up stealth camping, and it should be like Steve Wallace, I think. But he does like a bunch of camping videos, and the one that I found
Yeah,
was
Steve Wallace.
yeah, like I think it's WALLIS or some shit. But
Mhm.
yeah, he does like stealth camping, which is just like he went into like a roundabout and like camped inside of it overnight and like didn't get caught. And it was like, I don't know, it seems, I know it sounds lame.
I'm sure once you actually watch it.
Well, right, yeah. It's just like he's just like a pretty charismatic dude. I think he's Canadian, and he'll
Mhm.
just like go and camp, and like I think he usually brings like a local beer or something. He's like, I'm gonna crack this open. It's just like really fun to watch him just like
That's
go out
funny.
and just do dumb shit. Like he did one behind like a sign on a pretty busy road. But like from like, you know, on either side you can't really see like behind the sign, so he was like camping behind that for overnight. He did like in a little storm drain in the middle of winter, and it was like kind of freezing, and all he had is like a heater. It was like a blowtorch with like an attachment that was kind of like a dispersal thing, and he said that it like didn't work really, so he was kind of just like freezing in there. But I don't know, it's just fun to watch.
That
That reminds
reminds
me-
me.
Watching a man freeze. is
Well, not
hilarious.
specifically him freezing, but like
But his struggle.
No, but
Yeah,
That
but it's
reminds
just-
me of Geo Wizard. He does these videos where he
Oh,
has
I
to
love
walk like in a
GeoWizard.
straight line across a whole country. And so if that involves like going through like trespassing on areas or crossing railroad tracks or whatever, he like just walks in a straight line and just tries to
Seriously?
not deviate from it. So like if that means walking through someone's like yard or like
Dang.
someone's farm or something, he's gotten caught and like threatened to be kicked out of the country or whatever because during COVID he wasn't supposed to be
Oh
like
my
leaving the
god.
country. And somebody caught
Oh.
him like camping on their farm land and like he got in trouble.
Jeez. All I knew is that he like does the GeoGuessr shit, and like I've seen the ones where he does like you can't move, you can't even turn.
Yeah, no moving, panning, or zooming.
Yeah,
like,
and
you can't
he's
look
like-
around.
It's like,
you
oh, I'm
can't-
in Denmark and it's probably this city, and he's like 10 miles away. And I'm like, how the
Mhm.
fuck? He has like 10 seconds or some shit.
Yeah, that's like the hardest way
Insane.
to play.
I didn't know that he like does actual other videos, like,
Mhm.
you know, IRL
Yeah,
stuff.
and he posted one. I didn't watch it, but he posted one recently where, I forget what. I think he had to like stay in a country, but he could only stay in places like he couldn't just get a hotel or whatever. He had to like illegally stay in wherever he could.
Nice. That sounds like fun. Have you guys ever tried GeoGuessr?
No.
I've done it,
I
and
haven't.
like, holy fuck, it's hard. Like I thought I just did America, and I don't even know. I don't know America like at all. And
Well,
I
when you
I'm
get
like
placed
so
in like a random street where all there is just trees, it's like,
right. Yeah.
how long are you gonna walk down the or move down the road
Right.
until you see something that
Yeah.
tells you at least the state?
Yeah, it was really ridiculous. Like the fact that I don't know anything about geography at all in general didn't help. But like there was one time that I was like, Karen, don't laugh at me, dick. But like there was one time that I was like, I'm figuring out this fucking place. I like spent way too long and like went walking around all these streets and stuff. But then like if you move, then like it's wherever you get dropped in to start is like where your actual like pin is or whatever. So I went and walked around and found out, okay, I'm in this state. And like I found like a highway and I was like, okay, that exit and all this. I was doing all this stupid bullshit detective work, figured out, backtracked, all that stuff, and I got like the max points. I felt so accomplished, but it was also like, why did I just spend 20 minutes of my life? Like
Yeah, I've done it.
walking
I've tried to get a perfect score in America before,
yeah.
and it took probably like an hour and a half.
Like for that one round of guessing.
No, like all.
Oh, okay.
All 5.
Yeah. Did you get the perfect score? Or did you not?
Yeah, I have gotten a perfect score. I've gotten it before where like I got like 4,999 instead of 5,000.
Oh
it was
my
like
God.
just enough.
Yeah. That's annoying. Yeah, I'm not good. I did the US. I was like, I'll do a warm up on the US and I'll go global. And then I was like, I am not leaving.
I hate doing the whole world because it's like you see some Spanish and it's like, okay, I think I'm like in Mexico or something.
Right.
No, you're in like Peru.
Yeah, you could
Like
be
how are
like
you supposed to know?
exactly. Yeah, you see English, it could be like 1,000 different fucking places. Like there's just too much. Yeah.
If you play it
sucks.
enough, you can realize like certain signs you only see in like Scandinavian countries or something.
Yeah, there was one Cody Ko on YouTube. He was like he did a couple of GeoGuessr things and then he had GeoWizard help him. And he was like, so I think I'm in this country, and GeoWizard was like coaching him on it. And so he's like, well, yeah, look at the barn. And he's like, the barn, like what color are the doors? He's like, red. And he's like, that means that it's blah blah blah. And I was like, how do you what?
Yeah, because whenever I'm looking desperately for like a website advertised on something where it says like dot, like, whatever, not
.uk or some shit, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. But he's like, look at the barn doors, they're red. That means it's this country, or like it's between these two. And Cody's like, that's a thing, and he's like, yeah. And then he
probably
guessed
have,
it, and he got it
weird
right.
laws for it.
There's some like hardcore metagamer people who like based off what the Google car looks like, if you can see something on it, like there's a tape strap on one of the like things that holds the camera up on the roof rack thingy. There's like a piece of tape on the car that took all the footage in some certain countries. So if you see that,
then you know. Oh my
So it's
God.
like
What the hell? Yeah, I don't know. I suck at it, but I spent like one night doing it, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. It sucks.
You guys ever seen the Google Street View? Like
Like,
vehicle?
just in general.
oh, I've seen
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
the vehicle,
The car.
like forever. Can you pull it up? Because I've seen it like forever ago.
You would know if you saw it, I think.
Well, I know.
Yeah,
but
I was driving
wanna
behind
see
it
what
for like a
looks
mile, and I know where it was at on the like in Grove City, so I keep like checking. Did they
Checking.
update? Am I behind it? Like, because I was worried about it, like,
How recent was that?
this is like probably half a year ago.
Oh, damn. How often do they
I
update
saw
that
it
shit?
like a few months ago, I think.
I
Do they
gotta-
update it like once a year, or what does that look like? It can't be once a year. That'd be way too far, right?
You know, here actually you can see the timestamps. The last time they updated was 2019. The most recent one's 2021.
Oh,
Yeah, you
So
can
it is
see on like
pretty
the
far.
bottom corner.
You know,
of the
it's
house.
cool. You can go back to 2007 and see what Grove City looked like back then.
Yeah.
Like you can see the
I've seen that.
Blockbuster in front of a Kroger.
Blockbuster.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's a Blockbuster in front of it.
Dude,
Like,
Forgot about
Blockbuster.
Yeah, I
Blockbuster.
think that we
Blockbuster
went to
all
that
the
Blockbuster.
time.
Isn't there still one Blockbuster in like one
in the
state?
world.
there's only one left. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
where
I
is
think
that?
it's in like.
It's in Alaska.
Is
What?
it? That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to be wrong.
I thought it was in
Alaska.
Oregon.
I wonder how they're doing.
And probably, well,
God,
I don't
oh,
know.
you think they actually make money, or do you think they just keep it open to say that there's
Just
still
to-
one left?
I feel like people would go just to be like, I went to the.
That's true, but
only-
I feel like you would
I
go
went
take a
to the
picture and
last
then leave. Like I don't think I would buy an
True,
actual.
true.
So it's like, you know,
I mean, I
probably
don't
aren't
know.
making much.
There could be some hidden gems in there, you know.
I'm sure there are, but people go for like the novelty of being at the last blockbuster. I
Maybe
feel like
they,
I wouldn't
sell
go.
something besides whatever block, like just renting movies and like movie stuff
I guess.
to make it worth it.
I feel like I
Alright,
wouldn't
here, I
even go
gotta-
inside though.
Here, I
What's
can
up?
share my screen if you want. And see
Yeah,
it. All right, let's see here.
the last
Is this the
blockbuster.
last block? Oh, yeah, the last blockbuster.
Oh no, this is the Rip City blockbuster.
Oh,
Yeah, look how great of a photo this is.
Oh my god, dude!
Space
Quality.
Invaders. Yeah, 2007. It's
Oh, the Arby's is still there too.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
this
this
is
is-
Wait,
okay.
so
yeah,
what did
yeah,
they
street
replace
gun.
the blockbuster with? What's there now? I forget.
That is.
I think it's a gas station. I can. Yeah, it's just a
I think
gas
so.
station.
Yeah.
Oh, the Kroger gas station.
Yeah, this
Right.
is so much fun to look at. Like, there's some buildings that I
Did
just like,
that-
completely forgot about.
I'm sorry, but the 2007 to 2020 or whatever, the difference in the quality of the camera was so funny.
Yeah, here's 2009, so it's like
Wait,
weird.
what
Like,
year did
the
literally,
Blockbuster
literally,
disappear?
literally 2 years.
Oh my god,
It's so bad.
looks like shit.
I wonder if you could see the. Yeah, so you got
Movie
Kmart.
theater.
And they're like,
Oh, dude, the game. That's the Planet Fitness now.
yeah, you
there's
got
a
this and then
Planet
the
Fitness
Poop
there.
Theater.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude, the
God,
Star
that movie.
Cinema.
Oh, I
Oh,
remember
nope,
the Star
2020
Cinema.
it's still there.
Right,
Yeah,
but
it's a
like
Planet-
it was like
Yeah, now-
abandoned for years.
It's a Planet
Kmart.
Fitness and an Aldi now.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah, I
nice
saw that.
layout.
It looks really good too.
Did
It
you guys
does look
ever-
really good.
Did you guys go to Star Cinema a lot?
I did, yeah. When I
I
was young.
did.
I had a birthday party there one year, and it was pretty nice. I got like
Really?
a.
Was that the Speed Racer birthday party?
I don't even remember. All I remember is that I got like a little strip of like film. And I think it was Indiana Jones. It was like a couple frames of Indiana Jones where he's like standing there all cool. I was like, that's nice. And I think that like they let me up into the room
The
with the
projector
projector.
thing?
Yeah. And I was like,
That's pretty
whoa.
cool.
And then they're like, all right, get out, like take this thing and go watch the movie. I was like,
The person
"Okay."
working there was just like, oh god.
Yeah, like look, this is the
Whoa,
projector room. And I'm
okay,
like,
now we-
whoa. And he's like, here's your frames, get out. And I'm like,
I got so
"Oh."
many stupid stories from that place.
Yeah.
Like there was one time we waited like 2 hours for the movie to start,
Oh,
and then
God.
some woman just I see some woman walk up to the front and says the theater is broken.
That's
Like
it.
yeah, we're waiting 2 hours for a movie.
That's also
It
like
Oh,
just
wow.
does not work.
at that point, it's the time for the next movie to come
Yeah,
in
at
and
that point,
yeah,
it's
the
like,
next
why would you
showing.
even wait anymore?
Yeah, it was and then there was another time that place was pretty dirty too. Like there was a big I don't know what it was, like a big like box of chicken just went on the floor,
Oh my
just
god.
scattered all over the place. And I'm looking at the
Oh,
chicken,
no.
and all of a sudden I see this big object crawl out from under
It's a
the curtain.
rat.
Oh.
I don't think it was a rat. It was shaped like a cockroach.
Oh, okay.
It was
okay.
much bigger. It was like the size of a rat. It comes over and
Ugh.
starts eating like part of the chicken, and then like another one comes out.
Oh,
It was
yeah. Oh, that's
Good old
so
Star
gross.
Cinema.
I
Was that
bet
a
you they did have rats though.
was
because I
Star
heard
Cinema
stories
like
That
a
wouldn't surprise me.
chain,
I
or was it
don't
just
know.
the one? Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say there were rats at AMC Lennox.
Oh god.
I don't know. It looks
Right.
like Star Cinemas.
Is it
Looks like
like a
there's a-
chain?
Yeah, and they all look like they're
Dirty as
50
fuck.
years old. Yeah. Here, let me. Here, I'll share my screen for this. It looks
Okay.
so bland.
It's still around. It's still dirty.
Yeah, look at that. How boring that
Dude,
looks.
Yeah, that's
It's so lame.
it's like crap.
That's 2016 though. Well, maybe
Oh.
it's better now.
But that's
Well, it
not
looks
even
like
that
it-
long ago.
Well, right, but like, isn't there? There's probably supposed to be that like big thing next to Star Cinema. It feels like they could put a ton of movies up there, but they just didn't. You know, like
Yeah,
they're not.
big-
They don't. They don't. They
They
don't
don't have any
advertise
money,
any
dude.
of their movies.
Big concrete wall.
Jesus, dude. I hope Star Cinema's doing okay. Jesus Christ.
Star Cinema
so good.
stock. Let's see.
I was about to say, like, let's see how they're actually. doing.
Probably like
Yeah, you know it's bad when
Obviously.
you can't even find the stock on Google.
Oh god. That's pretty bad.
Find it.
yeah. That's awful.
You guys ever been in that Kmart though? Like when it was still up.
Like
I've been to it multiple times when I was young, and I went to it in like early 2020 when they were shutting down. And they
Yeah.
had all the stuff crammed into one corner, and the rest was just open. Just
Yeah, I remember going
open,
in
yeah.
like pretty late into like when there was like 3 cars there every single day and like no one was shopping there, and it was like just weirdly like empty. Not like there was like no stuff, but it was like there was just not enough stuff to fill. It was like just enough that felt like it was like too much just weird open space, and I was like, ugh. I just felt really weird and eerie. There was like 2 employees and like one other person shopping, and I was like, I hate this so much. Yeah, it sucked. Is Kmart like? I mean, that one has been like on the decline for years and years, right?
It went bankrupt. I remember looking at a video in 2002, like, but someone bought it and it
Okay.
still failed.
Oh my god!
Like they put work into it, like they just could not keep that place open. All right, yeah, here's their stock. Eight cents a share.
We should get in now while it's low.
Its maximum was in 2007 at $121, and then it went down to just 8 pennies.
oh my
I wonder what
God.
made them fail though. Like, cause it's just another. Did they do groceries, or was it just clothes?
No. It was
I
like
can't.
It's like a
from what I
department store, right?
remember, it was like clothes and like
Mhm.
novelty items or like toys for kids or
So
something.
I wonder why like everyone hated it. Probably just
You know-
shitty stuff that they actually had.
You know what surprises
Probably.
me more is Toys R Us going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the place to go to. It
Mhm.
had like video games, some of the like. I remember when Star Wars: The Clone Wars is the thing. And I was just they had an entire aisle full of Star Wars stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just so much.
That
fun to
doesn't
go through
surprise
it.
me. Isn't what's going on with Chuck E. Cheese? Isn't that like in the shitter for like years too?
Oh yeah, Chuck E. Cheese has been going downhill for years.
Dude, do you remember when remember when they
Everyone
like
wants to go there. It's like kind of nasty.
well, yeah,
never
it's
been
kind of
there
nasty.
before.
Everyone says they, like, they recycle the cheese, not the cheese, the fucking
Oh my gosh,
the,
that's a good one.
the pizza slices. Like, you ever hear that myth where like they
No.
rebuild like
We build
leftover?
a pizza out of like
Yeah,
unused
like
pizza.
over
No
out of
way.
other people's like
That has
if-
to be like a lie.
well, right, but then other like sometimes if you look at their pizzas, it looks like misshapen, like not all the pieces like not like they just cut it, like they actually did that. Like
Oh,
sometimes it'll look
God.
like
They pieced it together.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe what they do is they like serve single slices of pizza at like where you can buy a single slice.
so then
and
they just throw a
when
bunch
maybe
together.
they don't want to, they're lazy. They don't want to make a whole another pizza. So they
Maybe.
just like put it together.
Yeah, but the myth or whatever is that like they just take a bunch of people's pizzas that they didn't finish and make like a Frankenstein pizza.
That's-
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
It's pretty bad.
Cycle
I,
cheese.
I just remember like a really old picture. Yeah, I'm sure you could find it if you just looked up like really bad Chuck E. Cheese pictures. But it's like a kid with the really old Chuck E. Cheese mascot where like he looks like shit and like really creepy. And I
Mhm.
think the kid's shirt says like Dick the Birthday Boy.
Ah,
So it's just
I've
like
seen
really
that
it's just
picture.
not a good picture.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
That's really bad.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
That one's
Oh,
good.
Dick the
So
Birthday
fucking
Boy.
funny.
that's disgusting looking.
You found it, Jacob?
Why is? I don't know if this is it or
Dick
not,
the
but
Well,
like,
just share it. I'm
Boy.
sure it's funny either way.
yeah. Well, yeah. Here, I don't. Just looks so nasty looking. I don't think
Oh, that's
it.
not the one I was thinking of. And that's also really
Like you got this, and then you got this.
Well, the thing is, the newer one isn't that much better, but the old one is so horrible. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah,
just...
that's
Oh my god.
Bro, straight out of Five Nights at Freddy's. God damn.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. I love just ugly like mascots like that. What is Jamie doing?
Dude, that's the type of stuff to give kids nightmares.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure that Dick the Birthday Boy kid was like scarred for life.
oh god,
Especially-
I see it.
What?
I found
thought-
it.
You found it?
I thought in the picture he looked like kind of happy though.
No, I know, but probably now he's like, why the
The
fuck did my
kid?
parents let me do that? You know?
You gotta look
Wait.
up dumbest mascots on Google Images.
Yeah, I was
There's
about
some
to
like
say. I kind of want to
there's
go
like-
down this rabbit hole now.
this guy
Dude,
looks like
there's
a
some really cursed
carrot.
ones.
Carrot?
There are some really cursed ones.
or like a
Oh,
corn on a cob or something. I don't even
I
know
think
what
I'm
this
just
is.
describing food now. He's like carrot.
like-
There's corn on the cob. He's just looking at a plate of food. It's like, what's
Um,
this?
Yeah, Colonel Cobb.
Colonel
This is
Cobb.
the
What is
actual-
that the
is the
mascot
actual-
of?
what is that?
Concordia College mascot.
What?
Let me look this up.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's a Colonel Cobb.
Can you please share the screen? I'm really interested.
You gotta love that restaurant
Colonel
mascot lore.
Cobb. Oh, I think I have seen that one.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh,
Here, there's like a whole list.
Okay, there's the Stanford tree.
Jacob with the quick searching. Hey, buddy. Jamie's here to say hi. What the fuck? That is. Wait, what's that one right there? That one- Is that the same mascot, just like a different year?
I don't know. It says new.
Oh god, they
design.
have like a whole
Oh no, those have to
family
be other
tree.
people.
Look at that.
It's like half done. Like they didn't finish it.
Wait, Wooshock the Wheat Star.
Oh my god, Wooshock.
This is it. This is what I was confused.
That is. What's up with his nose looking like a dick? Why does it look like that?
Here, I'll look up one more. Sammy the Slug.
That's not that
That one's-
bad.
That one's not as bad as I thought.
That's derpy. as
We gotta get
hell.
one really bad
Okay,
one.
Keggy the
Fighting
Keggy the
pickle.
keg.
Keggy the keg.
Fighting Okra. I don't know what that is. Fighting Pickle.
But okra's like a plant, right?
It's like a vegetable.
Yeah, I could do okra. I want to see what the hell an okra mascot looks like.
Blue Blob.
Blue blob.
Real creative with that one.
Blue blob. Oh, what the?
Why
Why?
would it ever be an ochre? Like what?
Right, like sometimes
Like a
it's like,
Sesame Street character.
well, I get animals because it's like, yeah, I want to see blue blob and what I done on that one.
Wait,
I like
Weezy the
animals
Boil
though
Weevil.
because it's like you know, like a animal can be fierce and like you want to like get behind
Oh,
that. That's just a fucking yeah, it's just a blob.
A little. Why? What? It's like a big cookie monster.
Yeah, I was about to say it's just a
Lazy
Cookie
ass
Monster like
mascot.
ripoff.
What the hell? What is that? Did he fall? Have you guys ever seen that video of the polar bear mascot on the ice falling?
No.
It's
Oh,
like
the-
it's like some
the, like-
promotion for like a car place, and I think their mascot's like a bear or whatever. But the bottom of the feet is like so flat, and they're walking out on like an ice rink to do this thing.
Oh
with-
yeah.
yeah, and he just
Yeah, that's a
keeps
good one.
falling. It's all the bloopers are just him eating shit. I fucking love that video.
Oh, that's kind of sad to be that person. Like
I
they sent
know.
you out there with like not the right.
Yeah, well,
They
like the other
basically sent you out
mascot
to
was like
fail.
some like rodent thing, and it's like it has like skates because it's like the whatever team's mascot. So like he's skating around and like being all cool, and then there's just the polar bear eating shit like over and over. There's one where he doesn't even fall; he just like fucks up the take by like slipping, and then he does like a damn it thing. I love that. It's just so good. Oh my
Can't you
God.
hear him say like "damn it" or something in one of the bloopers too?
Probably. I know like
Damn
the,
right.
there's one that's really bad, like he falls like flat on his face. And like the car company guys out there with him, and he's like, "Oh no!" Like they're all like trying to catch him every time, and it never works.
You would think like if they're gonna have him walk out on the ice, like they put stuff on the bottom. of the
Right?
scoop
Yeah,
to, like,
but
grip it
it's
better
just like
or
the most
something.
like flat, like zero traction, flat ass fucking feet he could
Ugh,
have.
That's
It's
so
Oh, the
good.
last one, the last one too. He's just standing there. They get it right. He just spontaneously slips and like lands on his nose. His whole nose like collapses into his face.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of where he falls.
The one
flat
guy
on his
sits there and is like,
face. Yeah.
looking down at him.
Like because they're trying not to laugh at him because he just ate shit and it's probably hurt, but it's also really funny. It's also like the fact that like he fell that many times is what makes it even funnier. Oh my god, that video is
So
so good.
good.
Going back to camping stuff in like random spots. You remember those like Walmart toilet paper fort 24-hour challenges
Yeah.
where people would go in and like bring a TV,
Mhm.
plug it in, and like play games.
Yeah.
I think J2 Studios used to do that. The guy who did the Falling
Probably.
Madness.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like is their content good anymore though, Jacob? I feel like they like kind of started doing weird shit.
I looked at it just a moment ago. I can
Yeah.
check again.
I thought I saw like one video that was kind of like, what is this even? But I can't remember. Because they used to just do like pranks that weren't like, I don't know. With pranks, it's like a fine line of like, I'm just bothering people in public and like I'm actually doing something that's funny and it like then they can move on with their day. But mostly Studios, they do stuff that like eating into a eating into a megaphone in the library was one. Like they get like celery and they're just eating directly into it. Like yeah, it's annoying, but then like they just leave and everyone moves on with their day. It's not like
Yeah.
going and like you want to play kiss or punch, and then like the person's like no, and then you're like let's do it anyway. It's just like fucking with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of their most recent videos is doing 14,000 push-ups for Mr. Beast. So it's not like
Okay,
no,
it's not
it was
breaking, but it's also not lame.
87,000 views.
Well,
It's
that's not
like
too
a
bad.
lot.
Even that even feels like too many for a video like that. Like I
The
just
most
Oh, yeah.
popular one has 38 million. And it's eating
Jeez.
loud in the library.
Oh yeah, what I was talking
Like,
about.
like he digs his like he puts whipped cream on the cabbage and just digs his face into it.
Yeah. Yeah. And they also like, I think in that one too, they like drink pop like by like slurping it super loud and then burping and stuff, and it's just like ridiculous.
Oh, that's so funny.
You guys hear Jamie eating his fucking toys? Back
No.
there?
A little bit, yeah.
It's really annoying. At least he's not over here like attention and like rubbing all up on me. Yeah.
Did someone say something?
Yeah, he comes. I swear to God, he did it again too. I sit down and I like hit record him. We're not even actually like doing anything yet, and he comes up the stairs, like bolting up the fucking stairs. And he's like, "What you doing in here?" Like he's just fucking around in the house until I have to do something important,
Yeah.
and then he comes up.
I will say there's one like prank video. It's always the same thing, but there's one that I actually like. It's the Chupapi Muñana thing.
Well,
Yes.
that dude's such a dick.
He is, but I find it so fucking funny.
Not
Like,
that guy.
Apparently that doesn't actually mean anything in Spanish.
Oh
Like,
yeah, but
it's
like,
gibberish. But
Well,
I
also,
think
though-
it's so funny. Like he'll just walk up behind him, and he had one where he had like a really long, like a horn looking thing.
I think I know
what
which
would
one
you
you're
even
talking
call
about, and the
that?
people sitting there and on the blanket or
That, I
towel.
think that was one of them. Yeah, he, like you just see it creep up. He's like, Chupapi
Ugh.
Muñana.
That
It's
one's
like-
fucked though, partially because like I think he also does like other shitty things. I forget who did a video on him, but I watched a video on that guy like kind of being a dick. But the other thing too is like that was like COVID, and he like will pull his mask down and like
Oh,
get
yeah.
right on people and then do that.
yeah,
Like that part's kind of fucked, but
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's pretty fucked. I just think the Chupapi Muñana thing is funny.
I mean as a phrase, I guess, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just for whatever reason that makes me laugh.
Yeah. What are you fucking with, Jacob? What is that?
It's my TV remote.
Oh, I thought so, but I was like,
I'm just pulling the cap off and putting
Oh,
it back
fair
on
enough.
like 10 times.
I thought it was. I don't know what I thought it was. It just looked weird. Yeah. I was so I know we like just spent half an hour talking about a bunch of random shit, but Amanda was gonna talk about like, and you still can, like your job and like
Mhm.
college and shit. But like, I guess what am I? So you lived in the dorms just the 1 year, is that right? Freshman year?
No, I lived at home freshman year.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then I think my second semester sophomore year, I moved into the dorm.
okay.
I lived
So you-
there for that semester and then the next year, and then I was out of it.
Okay.
I just lived
Okay.
on campus.
What was like the weirdest thing in the dorms? Because for me, there was like one time, I mean, everyone, we had kind of a different experience than like most people do in the dorms, because we did like an
Mhm.
early move-in thing, and then like everyone like got to know each other beforehand. So like the whole entire hall was like just a bunch of friends. But this
Mhm.
one dude like just was doing putt in the hall with like a solo cup and like his golf clubs, and just doing that.
Oh,
But like there was just like weird shit like that we saw. But
we
like it
didn't
was
have anything weird.
no.
Oh
No.
god.
Well, it was a dorm of all singles. Like there was no
Okay.
roommates or anything, and so it was like an upperclassman dorm. So there wasn't really anything crazy.
Mm.
So
That's
not that I
kinda
can
lame.
remember. People just always kept their doors closed and just like didn't never talk to anybody.
That sucks. Yeah, we like the entire, like I just said, like the entire hall, like everyone knew each other. Everyone was like, there was so much drama. It felt like high school still, because we are all like 18 or 19, like fresh out of high school anyway. So it was like
Mhm.
so much drama and like just shit happening all the time. It'd be like just people would go down the hall and be like, who wants to go to Rosie's, which is like one of the places to eat, and everyone would be like, yeah, sure. Just like a giant group of people would leave and go to Rosie's, and like people would just fuck around in the lounges and like throw movie parties and shit. Like just a ton of crap always happened.
Oh yeah,
But
it wasn't really like no. There was one time in the beginning, I think the beginning of the year where I started living there full,
mhm.
uh, where people were just like out in the hallway actually trying to meet everybody. And I was doing my laundry, and so I brought my laundry back up, and like people were up in the hall, and I was just like, oh god, like I have to talk to people.
Was it awkward?
No, it was just like they were like, hey, we're just trying to meet everybody. They were going down, knocking on everybody's door, and if they answered, they would like say
Yeah.
hi and whatever. I probably wouldn't have answered my door if I was but I was in the hall, so I had to talk to them. But
Yeah,
that's actually how I met my like best friend in college. She was one of the people.
that's nice. Yeah, I mean, I still talk to Julian, who I think you said you met at Kingmakers, right? Yeah, like I mean, now he just moved for an internship, but like we just hung out like last weekend, and that's because he was my dorm neighbor, and we would just hang out all the time and like fuck around and do stupid shit. Like there was one time, I just remember this, it's kind of fucked, but there's this big K in the like main part of campus, and it's just made out of like a bunch of different bricks that are different colored, so it spells out a big K and like this giant big whole thing. And on the very edge of it, there's like these really big bricks, and there was one that was just perpetually loose. And so one night when we were drunk coming back from one of the frat houses, we decided to just take the brick. We were like, hey, why not? So we just took it and put it in a tree outside of our dorm, just because like we didn't know what to do. Like we got it back to the dorm. We're like, I don't want it in my room. And he's like, I don't want it in my room. So like we'll just put it in the tree. And then they like replaced it the next day because one of us had a class at like 7 a.m. or whatever. So we go back and we take it the next night just because. And then we put it like in the tree with the other one. And we did that like 4 times just to see if they would keep replacing it. And then like we ran out of room on that one branch, and so we just left on the ground. And I think they were like mowing the lawn the next day, so then they saw that one and then saw all the other ones and just moved them all again, and then we stopped stealing. I think we might have done it like one more time, but we just stole like a bunch of bricks. It was so stupid.
What if you came back the next day and just see all the bricks stacked up in the same spot?
I
You didn't have,
wish, man.
like anyone to
Just
play
to like prove a point to us, like we're gonna keep replacing it, you dicks. Yeah, we
it.
did some
Warehouse
dumb
of
shit.
bricks.
We also stole a cone. I think it was like, it wasn't on campus. I don't think it was like we were driving to get food, and then there was a cone, and we just took it and put it in his back seat. And then right after, we were like driving back or something, and a cop pulled him over for his tags being expired. And I remember like seeing him, like he had the light on Julian, and he just turns and like stares at the cone for like 5 seconds and just is like, I'm not dealing with that. Just turns back and just kept talking to him. He's like, I don't care enough. But yeah. Hey buddy, Jamie's here. Stop. You didn't do any crazy shit like that?
I mean, not like that. No. Most of the like I guess the more partying stuff was like once I moved out of the dorms and we were like I lived in a house with like 11 other people.
I remember that.
And we all didn't really know each other moving in. And so there was like 7 guys and 4 girls. And all the guys just like all they did was lay around, smoke weed, and like be disgusting, pretty much.
Nice.
And so we just always had parties over at our house, and just like people were like doing just doing coke in the bathroom, and like
Oh, sick.
yeah, it was crazy. And my roommates would always just like get really fucked up, and just like one time my roommate, like I don't know what he was doing. I think he was just like drinking and smoking weed by himself. And he decided like
Sounds like
late
a
at
fun
night
time.
he was gonna make some ramen noodles. And so he like made a huge like a bowl of ramen noodles and sits on the couch, but then like falls asleep and just spills the whole thing on himself. He doesn't like wakes up and like there's just all the noodles and all like, you know, it's just sitting on, and he just like whatever. Like our couch was disgusting. I never sat on it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Wait, so they would
And
like
like
do
all the
coke
guys were
and
so
shit?
nasty. Huh?
You said that they would like do coke?
Yeah, like in the bathroom. Like all the girls lived on the second floor. So there was like a basement, the first floor, second floor, and an attic. And so the girls were on the second floor because there were 4 rooms, and 4 girls in a bathroom. So we didn't have to like share with the guys and stuff. And so when there was parties or whatever, I'd always like try to go to the bathroom, and people would be in there, and I'd have to be like banging on the door and be like, get out. Like they'd be doing, you know, God knows what.
Yeah. Damn. I didn't know you like were around coke. Like, I mean, obviously you didn't do it, but like being around it is kind of crazy in general. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a lot of crap in that house.
Yeah.
And it was always such a nasty mess. Like our kitchen was freaking disgusting. Like, and for a while I would like try to do the dishes and try to clean up, but then it got to the point where I'm like, I'm not
you can't.
your maid,
Yeah, you can't clean up for like that many nasty
people.
fuckers.
11
yeah,
people.
and so I just like make my own stuff, clean up my own stuff, and then like
yeah, it's the only way to do that. Ugh. Wasn't your roommate at the place where you found Barb like kind of horrible, right? What was her name?
Pig. Well, her name was Alex, but I called her Piggy.
you defaulted to Piggy.
Well, I didn't call it to her face or anything.
Well,
but,
no, I know. Yeah.
She just always ate my food. Like one time, she took. I got a bag of like chocolate chips to make something, and I go looking for it to make whatever, and it's gone. And I'm like, what? A bag of chocolate chips. So I go into her room, and she ate the whole freaking thing in one day. And so it's like, don't take my stuff, and why chocolate chips of all things? Like,
right? Yeah, like there's better snacks to grab than like an entire thing of chocolate chips. Like I don't know, it's weird because it's not like a candy bar. You have to like be shoveling chocolate chips in your mouth.
And then she was just really lazy. Like she worked at a doggy daycare, but she like never did her laundry enough. Like we didn't have a washer and dryer, so you had to go to like the laundromat down. It was literally you could walk to it. It wasn't like far at all. And she just didn't really ever. She would wash her clothes in the bathtub.
Oh.
And then it wouldn't really be clean. And she worked at a doggy
because
daycare,
that's not
so she smelled like nasty dogs. And so her work uniform was disgusting. Yeah.
She smells like nasty.
I hope Piggy finds this episode
that's
someday.
How she gets her name, Piggy, because
poor Piggy.
Yeah, nasty eats your food. That's a Piggy. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, this doesn't really shower, doesn't wash her clothes, eats all my stuff.
Yeah, Piggy.
Oh my god.
It makes sense.
I feel like I don't know. Like to an extent, I understand not wanting to go to laundromat, but like if it's right across the street, just go to the fucking laundromat. You know?
Yeah, it literally, I would walk there because I feel didn't have a car or I didn't drive or whatever. It literally would not take that long.
Yeah, and I feel like the time you take to physically wash them yourself in the bathtub is like that's way more effort. Just go at that point. You know?
Just actually wash your clothes. Like do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
It's impressive how some people don't like take care of themselves. Like
right, it's like
basic stuff.
Yeah, it's like they find ways to like make it somehow more effort to be nasty, you know?
The amount of people at like the grocery store that smell like poop is like shocking. Like I don't like that's what I miss. Like I forgot all about it. Like once the pandemic hit, I had mask on, so I didn't smell anything. And as soon as I take it off, I forgot. Dude, these people don't
People are
shower.
nasty.
They all
Yeah,
smell like horrible
yeah.
crap.
I don't understand that. It's not. Was she just
No.
like cheap about it? About like
She was
washing
really
your clothes?
cheap because
Then that makes sense because, yeah,
yeah, I mean everybody's kind of broke in college, you know.
yeah,
And so I don't think she really had enough hours to like, you know, make enough money. Even though our rent was really cheap, but she would always eat out instead of making food because she was too lazy. And
yeah.
so she would like literally there was a like Asian food place, you know, right down the like right next door pretty much. She
Hmm.
would order like crab rangoons every single day.
Damn, crab
Um,
rangoon sounds good right now, honestly.
and
Not thinking about it.
but then she would never buy groceries. And it's like if you just bought groceries, then you wouldn't have to eat crab rangoons every day.
Yeah,
And you would save money, you know.
yeah.
And she was supposed to travel abroad for I don't think it was a study abroad. I think she just wanted to go abroad for something, and so her mom set aside like some sort of fund for her to use for it.
Oh no.
But instead of using it for that, she would just like ask her mom for money for crab rangoons for like for her rent, you know, for anything. And so she just ran out of the money. But then somehow she still ended up going on the trip.
Probably
I don't
because her
really know.
mom spotted her
Yeah.
again.
And so she left for the trip. She was supposed to come back and just, you know, live with me again. And then I guess on the trip, she had some sort of mental breakdown and she like
Oh.
had her mom come like give her a flight back and like come back to, you know, America. I forget where she was, like Spain or something. And instead of coming back to Ohio and like living back at our apartment, she just like stopped going to school, stopped like she never came back to the apartment except for to like pick up her stuff one time.
Wow.
Or she just went back to like Pennsylvania or something with her mom. So I don't know what she's doing anymore, but she was a hot mess.
Like a radical change of
Sounds like it.
plans.
Jesus. That must be scary though, like having a mental break and you're also in another country. That's like holy shit, you know?
Well, she just like didn't really have her shit together, so she was
Well,
just kind of
right.
like she was trying to like find herself or whatever. She thought traveling would like save her problems, like it would just make her like reset, but it actually like backfired because like you don't know anyone there. She wasn't like on a trip with other people and like
Yeah, that reminds me of like you know those people, I mean you probably don't know them, but like on YouTube that just like do like travel vlogs and but it's just like this like weird like vague like I'm in this place that's really cool and it's just like a montage of like shots of them walking around and I'm on the
Mhm.
beach and I'm on this boat now. Now I'm in this cool woodsy place. It's just like and then it's just them doing a voiceover that's like oh I went to find myself in Spain and here's
Just-
that story and it's just them talking about like yeah I went, you know, like it's just weird like voiceover vague shit to be like follow your dreams, do all this traveling and then it's
Mhm.
usually them like now go to the link down below and you'll find my online class of like how to, you know, it's just like weird shit like that where it's like subscribe to my subscribe to my thing for $20 a month and then like you'll learn
and
all the
learn how
secrets
to do
to
drop shipping.
yeah, it's like shit like that. And so she probably saw that and was like, oh I could change my life, I'm gonna go to Spain. And then she like realizes like I'm living in a
This
like
sucks.
hotel and I don't know anyone, I don't know the language, I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
is
it's
going on
not-
at any point ever, and I have none of my friends here. Like,
Mhm.
it's probably not as glamorous as you think.
Yeah, no.
Like at a certain
Really?
point, there's like you just run out of like tours to take and like money and shit.
Mhm.
Like you're just in another country at that point. Like you're just existing there. So that's probably what happened. Is she was like shit, and I had to come home.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened because I just never talked to her again, really.
Right, but if I had to guess, that's probably Jesus Christ.
I feel like we can make a parody of that like those YouTube vlog or
Oh,
like,
we absolutely could. That's the thing is anyone can
it's like
make that.
it's literally just a picture book, like a kid's picture book, me in a
Yeah.
hotel, but me in a park, me on the cruise, like
Like we could, but the thing is, like we could go and find stock footage of girl leading guy in a bikini, and then like and then like a drone shot of water, like we could just clip all these things together, do a voiceover, and scam people if we really wanted to. That's how easy that shit is to make. They probably aren't, like, half of those guys aren't actually traveling and finding themselves in Peru. They're just
was a-
making a video out of stock footage and, and saying some shit over it.
There was a
Yeah.
guy on Instagram. He was like a travel person. I don't know what the exact word was, but he had like so many like photos of him in different places, like weird, like near the ocean. One was in the jungle. Like this one was like I'm in Jerusalem, and the other one was like this is me in India. But then they caught like it was weird the same background for one of the photos
Yeah.
as another one.
So he's just
So,
lying about
this
being in
guy
new
was like
places.
in the same place the whole time, just like taking it at different angles.
I
Oh
mean,
my
that's the thing, is you
God.
can get away with that shit. You could just
Yeah.
lie.
And then someone else did the same thing, but they noticed that the clouds were exactly the same in every photo.
Yeah, I saw
Like there were like
that.
two clouds right here, and then the same two clouds were in this
Oh my
photo, and
god.
like a personal cloud that followed them.
The other thing though is like, how the fuck are you paying for it? If you are, if you're actually going and traveling and doing that shit, like I'm sure it's not cheap to just like constantly be in a different country and like all you're
And never
doing.
making money unless
Right,
you're
yeah,
scamming people.
well, yeah, either you're scamming or like you're getting paid to like endorse whatever hotel, or like you're some influencer that gets brand deals for like your travel stuff, but like that only
Right.
goes so far. So like it's either your parents' money or you're just broke in these other countries, and the hoping that people will buy your online
Because
classes.
how would you start doing that?
Exactly.
Like you're not gonna get
Yeah.
a brand deal if you don't do it already.
Yeah, which is probably why, like I said, some of them are probably fake to start at least. Like,
Yeah.
just to gain a footing, and then you're like charging $80 a month, and then two people do it, and you're like, sweet, now I can afford the ticket, and you're just like, and then you've already started.
Have you seen that thing on Netflix called The Tinder Swindler?
No, but I heard of it. What is
You just
it?
reminded me of that. It's this guy who he's obviously on Tinder where he like finds these ladies and he scams them and he like gets them to believe that he's really rich.
Okay.
And then eventually he needs money for something and has them loan him money. And then that's how he like plays the lifestyle for the next victim. So it's like a
Okay.
Ponzi scheme where like he tricked one lady into giving him money and then he like uses that money to take some lady on a trip, make her think that he's rich, and
Right.
then eventually scam her and then just keeps repeating it. So he's just like using other people's money. I think he like scammed like $10 million or something
Jesus.
out of people. Just by like, I don't know how, I think in his home, I think he's like from Israel or something. He like scammed a few people, like small little scams, and then just kind of built it up.
Yeah. Damn. That's pretty crazy. I did hear about I think it's called like Worst Roommates Ever or whatever on
God, yeah.
Netflix.
I think I told you about it because I said be careful about like whoever you get.
Right. Was that the one that you said about like the mail thing?
The squatter guy?
Yeah, where like he like what was it? You just tell it because I'm just gonna butcher it.
It was just like he would find people on Craigslist that and be like acting really urgent about needing a place, like, oh, I'm in an Airbnb and it's really expensive, like, can I just move in today? And people were like, oh, I guess so, and let him move in. And then once he was there and started getting mail there legally, he lives there regardless of like a lease or anything. So you have to go through the whole eviction process, which is like lengthy, and like he would just basically do that until he couldn't anymore and then move on to another person. Like all of his living situations were just him squatting in people's houses.
Yeah, and he's like just gets a piece of
Never
mail there.
paid
He's
any
like
money,
proof.
like never signed anything. And he was like, I think he went to law school, but he like failed, obviously, or else he wouldn't need to scam people. So he like knew the law really well and could just like
find a way to
like forever and
finagle
ever
it
until like he ran out of.
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like, how do you not feel like a total piece of shit after like one scam? I guess at a certain point you're just used to it, but like I feel like
evil.
Well, that's true. You probably are just a psychopath, but like I don't know. I feel like the first few is when like people would stop, and then once you're in it, you're like, well, now I can get away with it, and I know, and people like, and no one died, so I guess I'm fine, like.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just like you just get comfortable doing that, and then you're like a horrible person for years and fucking a ton of people's lives up, and you're just like, well, everyone is still generally okay in the end, so I guess it's
Yeah, he was
fine.
really crazy. I'm not gonna spoil it if you watch it, but like he was crazy.
There's more to it, like the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
spotter
there's more.
guy. Like, I want to know now. I'm not gonna watch
Well,
it.
just watch it.
No, I'm not gonna watch it because
Okay.
now I want to know now.
Well, I don't want to spoil. Okay.
It's fine. Spoiler warning for whoever, all our 2 listeners.
So he like ended up in jail. I forget why he ended up in jail, but he ended up in jail. Oh, I think for attacking one of the ladies that he.
Okay.
Because she figured out he used a fake name to get into her house, like because his name was published somewhere to show like he was a squatter, so like warning about this guy. So he used a fake name, moved into her house. She eventually found out his real name and like all of his past. So she throws like this party to try to get him to like hate living there enough that he like moves out on his own. And then the next day he got so pissed that he like came in the bathroom while she was in there, and he ended up stabbing her leg or something. I don't know. He something crazy
Garrett's face
happened. And so he ended up going to jail. I think that's how he ended up going to jail. His brother bailed him out, and then I think he couldn't get back into that lady's house anymore because, like, obviously,
right. That makes sense.
And so he, I don't really remember exactly what happened, but I think he wanted to live at his brother's house, the same brother who bailed him out of jail, but they wouldn't let him, so he killed his brother.
Jesus Christ.
He like used an axe and like killed him.
Well, damn, that's not what I expected at all.
Shit.
It starts out with like, yeah, this guy's just squatting in people's houses, a real dick, and then it's like, no, yeah, they stabbed a girl, and then
yeah.
Jesus.
And he always like did it to like, he always would squat in like a woman's house so that he, could threaten
beat
them
the
and,
dominant
like,
person and like physically. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So on the topic of spoilers,
Okay.
have you guys seen have you seen the Doctor Strange movie yet?
Does anyone know? Oh,
Okay.
damn.
All right,
dude,
we
yeah,
won't
we
get-
can't.
Dang, I wanted to talk about it.
I think it's pretty good.
Sorry.
And not to spoil. I guess it's not even spoiling. It's just I feel like I knew what was gonna happen as it was happening. Like everything that was like, I guess, surprises and stuff. I feel like I connected the dots like 2 minutes as it was like building up to that, But
What, like it was predictable?
kind of, but I think I also had an idea in my head of like what I thought the movie was going to be and the direction it was going to go. And so like what I thought was going to happen was what happened. So then I was like, oh, it's probably going to be this and that connects to that. And then this, yeah. And so I was like, just making all the dots connect because I already kind of thought I knew. But I don't know. It was pretty good.
I liked it too.
There's some parts that were kind of cheesy in my opinion, but like it, all movies are going to have that shit.
Like that time when Thanos came.
Yeah, that part. Spoil the whole thing anyway. Yeah. Did you guys ever get around to Moon Knight?
No,
I spoiled it on one of the. I literally told the entire thing on one of our episodes, but
I don't care to watch it. So if you want to talk about it, you can.
well, I mean, it's just I already did before. It's just I don't know.
Oh,
There was just some parts that were like I think they could have handled one of the reveals way better. Like I mean I know I already said it, but like when the final fight, you don't actually get to see how Moon Knight beats the bad guy because he switches to a personality that we aren't supposed to know about yet, but it's been teasing up to. And I thought, okay, he's gonna switch to that personality we're finally gonna see. He's gonna say, oh, it's this guy, blah blah blah, and then we see him beat him, but it just instead it switches, and then it switches back to Mark Spector, like the main guy, the host of the body, and then he has already beaten him. So we don't actually get to see the full fight. Like you see him on the ground getting his ass beaten. He's like, oh no. And then it just, bam, now he's beaten. And I was like, that's kind of a cop out. What, Garen? My description.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about whatsoever.
Do you know about Moon Knight at all? like the
No,
main
all I
concept?
know is he was on that video game I always played.
Right, he was one of the most fun ones to play as. But
Mhm. But I don't know anything
basically,
about
so
that
he
show.
has DID, dissociative identity disorder. Um, and so Mark Spector is like the host of the system, the body, whatever you want to call it. And then there's Stephen Grant is like the other one that you get to see a lot of, like the other personality. And then
Mhm.
there's a third one that's been teased like the whole season, and that's like Jake Lockley, I think his name is. And Jake is supposed to be like the super duper brutal, like will just kill civilians if he has to, I think, like kind of like super fucked up kind of guy. And so like you never get to actually see Jake until the very last, like I think it's like the post credits scene. But so like they've been
Okay, so
teasing
it's
it
the
the whole
same guy,
time.
the same guy's body, but he's just changing his personality.
Right, yeah. Like cuz like yeah, so when he switches between like Steven and Mark, you get to like actually see the two different sides of that. But then every time that they would switch to, like the body would switch to Jake, then like it would just cut to when one of the other two is in control of the body again. So they were doing that again in the finale, but instead of revealing the third personality that they've been teasing the whole time, then which would be a big payoff of like, oh, finally, if like if you connect the dots, good job. Here's Jake Lockley, and now he's gonna whoop the villain's ass. Instead, they just cut to Mark into control again, and then there's everything's in shambles. There's fire, and then he's like, "Oh, I won." And it's like, what the fuck? Like he's literally on the ground, and the villain's
Kinda
like,
lame.
yeah, the villain's like beating his ass, like I said, whooping his ass on the ground, and he's like, and then like it does like a little switch, and then it just cuts to him on top of the villain now, and he's like, I've beaten you, basically. It's like, what the fuck? And then they show him in the post-credit scene, and he like kills the villain like there, and it's like, that's the reveal you wanted to do. The payoff was just like really shitty,
Yeah.
but I don't know. The rest of it was pretty decent. I don't know. So sorry if you were gonna watch Moon Knight, but now you know.
No, I wasn't gonna.
Well, I mean, yeah, that
Well, you
doesn't
know
really
it
spoil much.
sucks.
It just spoils the fact that there's the third personality that they basically showed anyway. So it's like whatever. I don't know. It sucked. I just wish. I don't know. Like, why the fuck wouldn't you reveal it in a better? Okay, I should shut up about it. I've been talking about this too long, but it's just pissed me off. I don't know. What's the
Do you
next
guys-
Marvel movie that's coming out? Is it?
I don't even know.
I know that I think the trailer for She-Hulk just came out like today, and I heard that the CGI was kind of shitty. Should we watch that real quick?
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Have you got? I'm looking at all the future Marvel TV shows, and some of these I didn't know were like a thing.
Like what?
There's here, let me look. I Am Groot.
Right,
Armor
that one. What the
Wars,
hell is that one even gonna be? Is it? It's a show, right?
Ironheart. Yeah, they're all shows.
What the hell is a Groot show gonna be?
Untitled
can't have-
Wakanda
you can't
series.
have- Yeah,
I
you
am
can't
Groot.
have Groot being the main character and saying "I'm Groot" the entire fucking time. That's boring.
There's Agatha, House of Harkness,
Right, that's like a WandaVision
Spider-Man
spinoff.
freshman year.
Yeah. Is that?
Marvel
I think that.
Zombies. I didn't
Wait,
know that was
really?
a thing. Yeah,
Oh.
must be in that zombie universe.
Yeah, but
That would be good.
I don't know. I hope that. I mean, it really has to just be like Groot and Rocket doing stuff. Otherwise, it's gonna be so lame. Maybe
So-
it's gonna be like the origin story of how they meet, which would be interesting, I guess. But I mean, it's just gonna be like one character that can talk and one that can't.
Do we want to watch She-Hulk together?
Sure, I guess why not? I heard that the CGI sucks ass, so this will be fun to see.
Alright,
This
let me
might
know if
be
you
an-
can.
I was gonna say real quick, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I do not get the same excitement for anything Marvel now that I used to.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
either.
Was it like ever
I
since
still-
Infinity War, or like?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I would rather them just keep making movies. Like,
Okay.
I'm not
That's fair.
I'm not really a big fan of having to go watch 30 shows just to understand one big plot line.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it was kind of getting like that with the movies too.
Yeah, they definitely
it-
like they definitely do it in a way that's like, well, we have this whole universe now, so let's like have tie-ins with everything. And so
Yeah.
it's like sometimes you would just have to watch a
Like-
thousand things.
Yeah, like I don't know. With the movies, I felt like it wasn't too much because they were movies. They'd only be releasing like one, maybe two movies in a year.
Yeah, and they did really
So-
well with like if you didn't watch some other stuff, then you could get
Yeah.
away with not knowing because like it's you just all you have to
Right.
know is that now there's Ant-Man helping them and that he's also a
Well-
person. Like to an
Strange.
extent,
Right.
it wasn't as much.
Right.
But no, I get what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Like all the phase 4 stuff is always teasing something for like the next, like
Yeah, it
thing.
feels
Like
like
it's just like an endless story.
And-
well,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you-
it's
you
all
need, like,
build
a
up now is the
conclusion.
thing. Like they're building and building and building, but like there's not gonna be, Thanos was like a huge
Absolutely.
payoff after like what 11 years or whatever it was.
It
So
was,
like
yeah.
it feels like they're building
Yeah.
like crazy right now, but like the payoff isn't gonna be for a long time.
The thing that gets me is we don't know who like the villain is. We know like Kang is a big guy, but he's only been like shown once.
And the other thing is they didn't like I don't know, I feel like Thanos show like was kind of shown to be like the looming big guy. Like that was in Avengers. And like before that there was a ton of standalone movies, not a ton, but there was enough that it was like here's gonna establish everyone and like do all this stuff. And then now like here's a big overarching thing that they all had to fight. But now it's like everyone's already woven in. And so it's like now Doctor Strange is going to be the build up to this other big movie. That's the build up to this other big movie, to this other big show that you have to watch. And it's just like fucking hell.
And then
Yeah.
the Star Wars universe collides.
Yeah, eventually. All right, let's watch this.
All right,
shitty
let me know if it's
CGI.
like. Is
Being
it
a
starting for you?
superhero is a trial by fire. Who's gonna protect the world if not people like you?
Okay.
I'm Jennifer Walters. I'm a lawyer. I have great friends.
Can we get some shots, please? It's an emergency.
A demanding job.
We just started a superhuman law division, and I want you to be the face of it.
And a frustrating family.
Cause you didn't ask for this, but you still gotta deal with it. Your transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
Oh.
Bruce, kind of feels like if I don't transform, I'm gonna die.
Yes, yes, yes. No, no.
I just want to be a normal, anonymous.
Oh, that's CGI. Did you see that?
Jen, you're a story now.
girl.
Oh, it looks like
The
shit.
way that she looks.
You could be an Avenger.
Oh, I'm not a superhero. That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans for some reason. Is there anything more depressing than dating in your 30s?
This is the best date I've had in a while.
Oh,
Should we split some fries?
let's get those to go.
Oh,
What am I doing?
Karen, don't nod at that. Karen's like, okay.
Plot twist, it's
Uh,
just Gamora.
She does kind of like one. I don't like that.
It looks
Yeah, that looks
mediocre.
not good.
Well, okay. First of
Mediocre.
all, yes, the CGI did kind of suck. I the line deliveries. Did anyone else like just feel cringy?
Mhm.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
When he was like, yes,
saw your
yes,
face.
no, like he just said it. He was not delivering lines. He was just saying words on a script.
yeah. She's like,
Yeah,
isn't that what
definitely.
every woman's like? And I see Danny's face like, what?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, I looked at you guys like,
It's not looking good for She-Hulk.
can I get some fries?
Yeah, let's get those to go. It's like,
Make it to go.
well,
Like yeah,
so now we know that's gonna be a train wreck.
a big old stinker.
I don't know. I just like yes, a big old.
I'll give
sticker
it.
for
I'll
sure.
give it a shot. I'll give it a try. Like,
I mean,
hopefully-
I of course I will
Listen.
too. I always talk shit and I watch them anyway. But
listen. If the community raises enough hell about it, we'll just have another Sonic. You remember how Sonic looked when the movie?
That's
was
true.
first
That's
came out?
true.
They literally
Oh, that was
reanimated the entire movie.
Which good on them, dude. Good on them
Yeah,
because that
they
looked like
listened.
It did
shit.
look
They
really
listened
bad.
and it worked. They got a sequel out of it.
Yeah, the movie was said to be pretty good.
Did any of us ever
Yeah.
watch that? Because I never cared.
I just heard it was pretty good.
I did watch it. I don't really remember a lot from it. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you're not the target audience, so it makes sense that you didn't really care. Everything okay?
Why am I not the target audience? I like Sonic.
Well, no, I'm saying like it's
Yeah,
made for
do you
children, you
remember-
douche.
Do you remember the Sonic fanboy? Oh, what's his name?
Oh,
Oh,
Sammy
Sammy
Classic
Classic.
Sonic, dude. Okay, okay.
Freaking
Now we have to
sick.
watch a little bit of
Sammy
Sammy.
Classic
Jacob, can you
Sonic
pull that up,
fan.
please?
I fucking
Here,
love
Here,
Davey,
let
I
me-
have to check on Arthur real quick. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Yeah.
You freaking freak.
This is actually kind of sad. I saw videos of that kid from like a couple years ago, and obviously he's like grown up now,
You-
sorta.
Did you know he's our
Dude.
age?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm sitting there. He's our age, but not only that, like the amount of like jokes and hate he got for those videos, like
Dude,
really sent him into a
yeah.
depression.
Yeah, that poor
So, like-
bastard, dude. We're about to see her rip on him
I
too.
know.
Yeah, this is
I'm
from
not gonna rip on it, but like,
2013.
I mean, we'll rip
That's
on
a
him a little
while,
bit, but the thing
Hey!
is,
like it's so
Yeah.
funny.
the thing is, he made it so easy to pick on him.
Like Sonic, like Sonic, like Sonic.
Yeah, he made it really easy to pick on him, and
what
but,
were
yeah,
his
but
parents doing?
I know, dude. But have you seen his videos like recently?
No,
Because
actually,
what he'll do,
I didn't know he was still making videos.
yeah. Well, I don't know about like right now, but like maybe a year ago we saw
Oh,
one.
like, okay.
And I don't remember how old it is, so I can't say. But he was in a store trying on clothes, and he decided to film in the changing room, not like while he's changing. Just to clarify, but he's in a changing room in like a Macy's or whatever. But I don't know if they sell clothes, probably. He's in some stupid store, and he's in the changing room recording. And you can hear in the middle of the video, like people like knocking, because it's like a long video he's fucking recording, and they're talking about whatever like game. And so like people on the outside just hear a kid, not kid, he's our age, and like a fully grown adult in a changing room talking to himself about a game. So they're like, "Are you okay in there?" Like they're like knocking on the door and like trying to get him to come out because other people need to go in the stupid changing room. And he's just like, I don't know why people are so annoying. I'm just trying to do a video, and like that's just what he just doesn't get it. Oh God, his face.
Yeah, he
45 seconds of
46
screaming.
screaming.
Well, we should just be careful with how loud it is because his screams get fucking loud. So volume warning, maybe.
Wait, hold on.
Karen's already dying. This is all the same video too. Oh, there it goes. Where's he running to?
Now!
Yeah, that's
Oh my God.
That's
Just
a
the
good
one real quick. Shut up.
I feel bad ripping on him because like he's like 13 at the time, and I don't know.
Sonic is Sonic.
Yeah.
I like the little blurb on that where it said, "Never would have figured that out."
Hmm.
Here's a full video if you want to like look at it. Quick clip.
Oh
of it.
my God.
No, I think we're we're well over time. We can wrap up soon, but
Holy shit.
yeah, Sammy's a pretty fun one. What was I?
He looks like really similar in 2022, like almost identical.
Yeah, I mean, I really
Mhm.
didn't know that he was like our age until like recently because I don't even remember how like we found out, but we looked up more recent videos. We saw the one of him in the department store trying on clothes and making a video, and then yeah, um, we totally derailed from college and stuff. But you,
Yeah, true.
no, I know. I feel bad. I always derail, and then we just go on this giant tangent. But I know you did want to touch on your job some. So before we wrap, do you want to like talk about that at all, or?
Sure, that's just the only thing that I thought was interesting about me when you asked me something to talk about. But
Well, I think it is interesting.
like, what about it? Just how I got to my job and what it is and stuff.
Yeah, I guess. Cause like so what was your exact major? I know our mom always says like our neuroscientist. Was it neuroscience was the major or no?
I changed my mind a lot about what I wanted to major in. So
Okay.
what I ended up getting a degree in is just biology. So
Okay. So she just made up neuroscience?
no, that's not made up. It's just
Okay.
like, especially my freshman year, I was like, going between a few things.
Right, as
So
most
like
people do.
for a while, I thought like I wanted to do anthropology, but I didn't. I decided not to. And then neuroscience was like new. I think my sophomore year they added it, so I was like, oh, whatever, that's cool. But I ended up not doing that either. I just did general biology.
Makes sense.
So, yeah.
What exactly do you do now? Because I know it's like Nationwide Children's, but I don't know like because our mom again, I don't know if she's based up, but she's always like she makes viruses, but the good kind, and I don't know how much she knows. So
I mean, yeah, that's kind of true.
okay.
So, yeah, so my job used to be at Nationwide Children's Hospital. So, like at the Research Institute, I worked at the Viral Vector Core, which, like a core is like a lab that provides services for other labs.
Okay.
So like you're not doing research, but you're like providing a service for the other labs. Like if you do like staining, like sometimes people, like at one of the labs I worked at in undergrad, it was a neuro-oncology lab, like a brain cancer lab. And
Okay.
so they would like harvest the mice brains after doing experiments. And then they needed to like slice up the brain and put it on a slide and stain it. So it was like someone's job, like you would send the mouse brain to a lab or a core facility, and then they would like put it on a slide for you, and then they could stain it for you if you wanted.
What does staining accomplish exactly?
Well, like you would stain for a certain like protein or something.
Okay.
And so that's just an example of like what a core facility does. It's like instead of having to buy all the equipment and like do all the staining yourself and do the slicing and putting on a slide, you would just send it off and somebody.
Yeah, so it's like outsourcing the work so you don't have to do everything basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so our core facility would make viral vectors, which are it's like what our mom said, which is like viruses, but the good kind or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just one type of virus. So it's for gene therapy purposes. So like an example of like a therapy is spinal muscular atrophy, SMA. So if you have that, you're just in simple terms like missing a gene, SMN1. So what we do is package that gene inside the virus, and then if you inject that into somebody, it can replace like their missing copy of that gene.
Okay.
And so if you have like a very small baby or a kid that has SMA, like the earlier the better in their life. If you inject them with a certain type of the virus with a certain like formulation of the gene, it can replace or put in like the healthy.
That's really freaking cool.
Gene. So that's that.
That sounds cool. Because I never like fully understood. Like I knew that you worked like in Nationwide Children's, and I was like, okay, and like I assume that she makes viruses, but I don't know what the hell that even means. So I was just like, but
yeah,
that's pretty
cool.
So
yeah, so we don't do any of the research. Like we're not injecting people. We're not like or even injecting mice or, monkeys or whatever. But we're just strictly just making the virus that has the gene inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I like knew nothing about that at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it could like essentially replace the gene that you're missing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy.
That's like working at the hospital was like a unique experience because we would get the chance to like see the dosings. So like researchers in the hospital would work with a doctor, or the doctor was running a lab, and they would find patients and then like administer the virus to like a child at the hospital. And so sometimes you got to actually go like see it happen. And then sometimes they would have talks where like a patient who was dosed like years ago, who would have, died by like the age of 2, they're like still alive and actually able to walk, when like usually people with the disease, they don't
make
can't
it.
walk. Obviously they would
Wow.
when he was
Yeah.
alive.
Damn.
So, but now I actually don't work at the hospital. I don't know if you know this, Danny, but the department that I work for spun out, and we're a different company now. We don't work at the hospital anymore.
Yeah. And just casually saving lives, no big deal.
Not really. The lab
Well,
that I
kinda,
work in, we make viruses that just go for like research purposes. So I'm not personally making anything that would go into a person.
You could have lied and said you did and act like you saved lives.
Well, the company I work for does do that.
But yeah.
But like you have to work in like a clean room and like work under, very sterile conditions and stuff. And I don't work in the clean room. I just work in a regular lab.
That's really cool though. I can definitely hear Arthur crying. I feel bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna wrap up then. We'll let you get out of here and then we'll wrap. Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah.
Right,
We'll see you later. Have fun.
See ya.
And she's gone. Now we can talk shit on her.
Doctor Strange, everyone.
Just kidding. No, Garrett
Strange.
hasn't seen it. Garrett hasn't seen it. We can't talk about that. But yeah, what are we at right now? Let's check. Since I started my timer, an hour
Hour and a half.
23.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got a lot of recording to go through, but we can wrap up here. I don't know. Does anyone have any pressing matters to attend to before we wrap?
No.
Resounding silence from everyone. Sick. Then we'll just plug our shit like sellouts like usual. We have a couple channels that should be in the whatever description you're looking at if you're on Spotify or whatever. If you're watching the video, cool, good for you. You got to watch us react to some other bullshit. But yeah, give us a rating if you feel like. Be honest. It was 5 stars. We all know it was 5 stars. Just be honest. Give us a like on that video so Garen will have to do something embarrassing. And, is that all?
He's like, no.
Is that all we plug? Yeah, that's all we plug. Yeah, just go give a like on all of our videos because we need it desperately. Now we're begging, I guess, but whatever. Thanks for
Please go like.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us on this one. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone else have anything? Why am I so bad at wrapping up today? What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm like back to episode 1 of rapping where I like don't know what the fuck to say, but yeah. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.